It's the last midnight.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most spine-tingling, electrifying, or downright disturbing villain solos in musical theater.
All right, you sir, how about a shave? Come and visit your good friend Sweetie.
Number 10. World Burn, Mean Girls. Regina George was an all-time baddie even before she got a musical counterpart. Whether she's being played by Renee Rapp or original Broadway cast member Taylor Louderman, Regina's second-act barn burner, World Burn, is a showcase for a big voice.
Hey Katie, how you like me now?
The number finds Regina selling out her backstabbing former friends by leaking their burn book full of petty insults and vicious rumors. The school descends into chaos as Regina enacts her mutually assured destruction. With its escalating notes and runs, World Burn is not just a major plot point in the show, it's a technically challenging song. Listening to a singer navigate those wild vocal acrobatics is a thrilling experience in itself. Number 9. Why We Build the Wall, Hadestown.
How does the wall keep us free? My children,
Anais Mitchell's musicalized retelling of the Orpheus legend takes a lot from the oral traditions of myths and folk music. Why We Build the Wall is a call-and-response number, with Hades reminding his minions why they are safer behind the walls of Hadestown, where they work themselves ragged for his benefit. They dutifully repeat back his lies about how the enemy is outside.
The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy.
In their slave-like reverence for Hades, we realize how they've been brainwashed to believe their prison is really their salvation. He's not just the ruler of the underworld. In Hadestown, Hades is a cult leader.
We have work and they have none.
and our work is never done.
Number 8. Lonely Room, Oklahoma.
Like a cobweb on the shelf, by myself, in a lonely room.
Cited as one of the first musicals to tell a cohesive story through careful integration of song and dance instead of relying on spectacle, Oklahoma is celebrated for its sharply drawn characters. The obsessive and socially stunted Judd Fry has set his sights on Lori Williams. Lonely Room is his haunting lament about how awful his life is without a woman of his own. It would be a love song if it weren't so horrifying.
It was all a pack of lies. I'm awake in a lonely room.
Angry and bitter and desperate, Judd's not interested in wooing Lori. He's not interested in what she wants at all. He just knows he wants her, no matter how she feels.
Get me a woman to call my own.
Number 7. Molasses to Rum, 1776.
Shall we dance to the sound of the profitable pound in molasses and rum and slaves?
Much of this show about the Second Continental Congress is actually pretty lighthearted. Yes, the fate of a new nation hangs in the balance, but how can they think about writing a Declaration of Independence when it's so hot outside? But as discussion gives way to heated debate, the topic of slavery comes up.
Who drinks a toast to the Ivory Coast? Hail Africa, the slavers have come. New England with Bibles and rum.
In one of the most chilling show tunes ever, the fun grinds to a halt as the delegate from South Carolina calls out Northerners' hypocrisy concerning slavery. He reminds them, and us, that even the congressmen who aren't slave owners benefit from the practice.
Hail Boston! Hail Charleston! Who stinketh? The
Number 6. The Music of the Night, The Phantom of the Opera. A villain can be misunderstood, but at the end of the day, they're still a villain. The Phantom's obsession with the young soprano Christine Daae compels her to join him in his lair beneath the Paris Opera House. The Music of the Night is his siren song.
Close your eyes and surrender to your darkest dreams. Purge your thoughts of the life you knew before.
The Phantom's music has an intoxicating power over Christine. It's a gorgeous number, but it's clear that his hold over her is less than pure.
Let the dream begin. Let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write.
The song encapsulates everything that makes him an engrossing character. He's a brilliant musician and a romantic at heart, but he's never too far from flying into a murderous rage.
Damn you, you little prime Pandora! You little demon, is this what you wanted to see?
Number 5. And Eve Was Weak, Carrie.
Pray for your salvation from damnation. Bring your hymn.
Stephen King's story of a telekinetic teenager who takes revenge on her enemies at the prom doesn't seem like it would work on the Broadway stage. Well, it really doesn't. But with vocal powerhouses like Betty Buckley and Maren Maisie, its most disturbing song is a stunning combination of great music and great madness.
Save yourself from burning, for she's burning.
And Eve Was Weak sees Margaret White, Carrie's fanatically religious mother, impressing upon her daughter the evils of wicked women. Margaret's forceful and deeply poisonous beliefs about womanhood, sexuality, and eternal damnation are just as responsible for Carrie's fractured psychology as her classmates' mistreatment. Number 4. Last Midnight, Into the Woods.
Matter now, it's the last midnight. It's the boom splat. Nothing but a vast midnight. Everybody's smashed flat.
The cast of fairy tale characters find themselves hunted by an angry giantess. Instead of finding a solution, they've devolved to pointing fingers at each other. The witch, who is used to being blamed for any terrible thing that happens, decides to let them all believe she is the villain of this story too. Last Midnight is her goodbye.
You're not good, you're not bad, you're just nice. I'm not good, I'm not nice, I'm just right. I'm the witch, you're the world.
Ironically, where some villain songs make it clear exactly what side a character is on, this is the show at its most complex. Is she the villain, or is she the convenient scapegoat? No matter what side you choose, one thing is for sure: Last Midnight is a showstopper.
Give me claws and a hunch, just away from this bunch and the gloom and the doom and the boom.
Number 3. Tomorrow Belongs to Me Reprise, Cabaret.
A branch of the linden is leafy and green. The Rhine gives its goat to the sea.
John Kander and Fred Ebb's famed musical takes place in and around a Berlin nightclub in the early 1930s. Given that setting, the growing fascist movement hovers around the edges of the story. It isn't until the end of the first act that the show reveals a major character's affiliation with the party, and the movement makes itself known with this song.
The blossom embraces the bee, but soon says a whisper, arise, tomorrow belongs to me. Now everyone!
With its imagery of nature and gentility, Tomorrow Belongs to Me sounds awfully nice, but coming out of the mouths of Nazis as our troubled main characters look on, it's a reminder that even the most evil and villainous ideology can come in a pretty package.
The morning will come when the world is
Number 2. Epiphany, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Stephen Sondheim's horror comedy about a barber hell-bent on revenge features too many deliciously wicked songs to count. Epiphany is by far the most chilling.
Not one man, no, nor 10 men, not 100 can assuage me. I will have you!
Sweeney Todd is tossed between unbearable despair and unbridled rage. Instead of focusing on his revenge against one corrupt judge, he's decided to think bigger. It's not just about this one man, it's about society as a whole.
In all of the whole human race, Mrs. Lovett, there are two kinds of men and only two. There's the one staying put in his proper place and the one with his foot in the other one's face. Look at me, Mrs. Lovett, look at you.
Everyone deserves to die by his razor. The powerful deserve to die for their wickedness and greed, while the powerless, he feels, would be better off dead than living in oppressive conditions. Once he starts directing all that anger toward the audience, it's hard not to feel a little threatened.
Who, sir? You, sir? No one in the chair. Come on! Sweetie's waiting. I want you bleeders. You, sir? Anybody, gentlemen, now don't be shy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Stars, Les Miserables.
He knows his way in the dark. Mine is the way of the Lord. Those who follow the path of the righteous shall have their reward.
Inspector Javert spends most of Les Miserables trying to capture Jean Valjean, a former convict who dodges parole. Javert is a man of principle. Valjean has broken the law, and so he must pay the price. Unfortunately, the inspector's principles don't leave room for compassion or redemption.
And so it must be, for so it is written on the doorway to paradise, that those who falter and those who fall must pay the price.
Stars describes his own belief that he is an extension of God's omnipresence. His devotion to his faith and the law overrules everything. In fact, he is so married to his beliefs that he can't even see that the escaped parolee he's doggedly pursuing is the living embodiment of Christian ideals. Fit for a powerful baritone voice, Stars is a soaring villain song that has a devastating impact.
This I swear by the stars.
Which Broadway villain song do you sing in the shower? Tell us in the comments.
Hey, aren't you scared of me, Christ? Mr. Wonderful Christ!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.